back to another video, and if you are new here, my name is Vanessa Elaine, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you are wanting to become the best version of yourself, welcome home. So let's get into it. Today we're going to be discussing how to present yourself more confidently in rooms, or even when you're meeting a stranger, or even when you're on a first date. What is your pitch? This is what I like to call your personal pitch. You know how in business everyone has a branding pitch, which is more so like a logo, what their brand is about, and what really nails the sale. Okay, I'm not saying to sell yourself. We're not selling ourselves, but we're showing up more confidently. That's what's key. Because many times when we meet people, if you're not comfortable with meeting people, or you don't know the lingo, or you just don't know how to present yourself, or maybe you lack some confidence in that area, or you feel like you don't deserve to be in certain rooms, this video is going to help you show up. This video is going to train you to create this personal pitch so you show up more confidently in rooms where you probably feel inadequate. But I'm going to tell you firsthand that you deserve to be in the room. Okay? If God put you in that room, you deserve to be in that room. So cut it out. Let's get into it. So first things first, since this is all about your identity, okay, this is your personal pitch. So your personal pitch is tied to your identity. And what is identity? Your identity is who you believe yourself to be. So I have notes. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. So your identity is defined by who do you think you are, and most times, who do you think you aren't? So if you keep telling yourself that you're not confident, you're not going to be confident. Or if you believe that you're a procrastinator, you're going to be a procrastinator, because you took on that identity as truth, and it's all a lie because you tricked yourself into believing a lie. And we have to debunk all of that. So that's why it's so important for you to have this personal pitch down pack, because this is your turn, your time to show up confidently when you're meeting new people out in the dating game. So like when you show up as your full self, they will recognize you're not somebody that they can play with. Okay? Are you tired of being played with, sis? Listen, you want that no game radar on you. Like, you can't run game on me. You want that sign at the very top of your head, so you don't attract the, no offense, the counterfeits, the bozos, the ones that ain't right for you. Okay? So this personal pitch is going to work all across the board, whether it concerns business, friendships, new friendships, just being in rooms, like at networking events, meeting new people, all of that. And I also want to talk about your personality, because sometimes your personality has to match your identity. You can have a great personality, right? But if you are conflicted in your identity, where you do not know who you are, and you belittle yourself and you dumb down yourself, your personality is not going to show up, because you dim your light when you're around other people. You dim who you really are to the core. You can have all the great personality that you want. You can have the best personality, but if nobody knows how great you are because you dim your light, what good does that do for you and the rest of the world? Because we need you. We need that light, okay? They need that light, okay? And this is where you show up. I hope you have your pen and your paper so you can write down your personal pitch. I need you to memorize this, because it has to flow naturally off your lips. And when you speak these things, you have to believe it, because it's your truth. We're not making up things. We're not living in delusion. We're living in truth. And just because it's not where you are right now does not mean that it's not truth. We have to bring your self-esteem, your confidence up to who God has already called you to be. But we allowed the circumstances of life, the things that we've been through, to tear away at our true identity. You know I have to give scripture, right? You just know I have to give scripture, because what are we without scripture? The living word. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 27, it says that we are made in God's image. And in the image, he created male and female. So if we are made in God's image and God is perfect, what does that make us? It's not to say all of us have our own flaws. That's a given. But we are made perfectly in the eyes of God. So there's nothing that we cannot do. There's nothing that is off limits to us because we are made in his image. I need that to be embedded into your heart and in your mind, because I want your heart to be connected to your mind and believe in the same thing, so they have to be in one accord. So the first things first, and let me tell you this, you have to read the room. With this personal pitch, like I said, it's gonna work all across the board, but reading the room and knowing what parts to take out and what parts to add. Okay, so be very mindful of this. Number one, and always have a welcoming spirit. That means you have to walk into the room smiling. Forget what they said. That resting face is not gonna cut it. I'm not saying for you to be cheesing and look like you're not serious, like you're not a serious person. Just a nice smile. You don't even have to show teeth, but not like this. You see how this looks? Let me show you. This is my resting face. Does that look like I'm inviting? Does that look like, oh, I can talk to her, or she wants to talk to me? That looks like, don't bother me. So we don't want that. We want a nice smile like this. You can even show a little teeth. You know, when you're walking in the room and you're making eye contact while you're walking in the room, you're making eye contact because that makes the person feel seen. That means you're paying attention. That means, hey, I see you. I see you. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. That's what it's giving, and that shows that you're not intimidated by anyone because you're walking in the room, you're vibrant, you're giving off the light, that good energy, that positive vibe, and you're just sashaying through the party. You know what I'm saying? You got to picture yourself in the room. You got to picture yourself at the head of the table, okay? Because that's where you belong. And I'm going to throw this in there. Make sure what you have on is for the occasion. I always say it's better to be overdressed than underdressed. That's what I truly believe. I'd rather go overdressed than underdressed, because when you're underdressed, you feel out of place. When you're underdressed, you feel like you don't deserve to be there. When you're underdressed and everybody's looking at you because you're not fitting the atmosphere, you're not fitting the dress code, you feel out of place, and that tears at your confidence. Whether you went in having high confidence, and let me tell you this, what you have on does not make you. You can still do your thing and say your personal pitch, that's one. But if you're not in that place, in that mindset where you can navigate with people looking at you like, what she have on, like, and that doesn't tear at you, or that doesn't make you feel a little like, oh my God, I need to go, and you want to run. If your confidence is not in that place yet, like, oh, I don't care, I'm going to still make it work, then I want you to dress for the occasion. But let me tell you, when your confidence is high, it doesn't matter what you have on. You're going to show up in that room. They'll be like, well, I really didn't like what they had on, but I didn't really like what he or she had on, but it's something about that person. I want to get to know more. You want people to leave the interaction with you with wanting to know more about you. Like you're an interesting person. You're somebody that I want to get to know because you seem like you'll be good in my life. That's the vibe you want to give off. That's the energy you want to give. Another scripture that I want to reference is 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. It says, but you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for his own possession, that you may proclaim the excellencies of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. Did you hear that? You were called out of darkness into his marvelous light. That means you got to get out of the shadow. You got to get out of darkness. You got to get out of depression. You got to get out of this low mindset, this mindset of telling you that you're not good enough, this mindset that is telling you that you're not worthy, or that you don't deserve to be in a room, or you're not called, or you're not beautiful. Listen, cut it out. God called you to live in light, and it's time for you to start living in light. I want you to get up and start believing in yourself, because how you show up in rooms determine how you show up for yourself. Because if you don't show up for yourself in those rooms, that means you're lacking something within. I'm gonna give you 5 tips on how to show up when you're delivering your personal pitch to someone, meaning when you're introducing yourself to someone for the first time. Or it may be somebody you met before, but you see them out and you have to go over and introduce yourself again. Maybe just to spark a memory, or maybe they forgot where they know you from, but y'all know each other. That goes for this situation as well. So first, remember, you're gonna smile, you're gonna look inviting, you're gonna give a vibrant energy, okay? Then, make sure you make eye contact, like I see you, you see me. That's 2. 3, this is where the pitch comes in. Before you say the pitch, make sure your posture is right. You don't wanna be slouching over like, oh my God, and you don't wanna be so anxious. Calm down, take a breather, take a breather. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, take a breather. Do not be so anxious. Calm down. This is for you. Remember, we're cutting out that imposter syndrome. We're cutting out that disbelief that you're not worthy of being in the room, or that you're not showing up confident, because you are confident. It's already on the inside of you. Okay, so I want you to take a breather. Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Vanessa. I am, okay? So this is how your personal pitch is gonna go. Get your pen and paper out. You're gonna greet the person with an hi, smile, a handshake. Ladies, don't be too firm with a handshake. You just give him your 4 fingers, make sure your thumb is out, and you just graphically, and you just hold. You don't have to do like a business handshake, okay? And I do not like when men do that to me. It's just so weird. Like, I'm a woman. Like, why are you squeezing my hand? I know you mean business. I know you're a strong man. Like, I just don't understand it. When some men do that, I'm like, you must not like me. You want me to be hard. I'm a soft thing, okay? You want to gently embrace their hand. And especially if it's a woman, you can even go in for a hug. How you going for a hug? Inviting. Don't do that little fake hug. I hate fake hugs. If you're going to give a hug, give a good hug, okay? If you're going to give a hug, give a good one. Hi. Make sure if you're wearing makeup, make sure your chin does not touch their shirt or anything, because you do not want to dirty anyone's clothing. That's just a pet peeve of mine. Like, I hate when that happens to me. Like, oh my God, I messed up your shirt. You know, try your best not to. But, you know, like, hi, and you lean back with a smile. Okay, we're friends. I'm friendly. Okay, then you introduce yourself. Gonna greet, smile, say your first and last name, and then I want you to say what you do or what benefit comes from your business. Let me just use me for example. Hi, my name is Vanessa Elaine, and I help women become the best version of themselves. I wrote an ebook called the Circle Detachment Technique. You should check it out. Hi, my name is Vanessa Elaine. What is your name? It's nice to meet you. What is it that I do? I help women become the best version of themselves. I create content, and I just recently launched an ebook. It's called the Circle Detachment Technique, and it helps women break free from toxic cycles and self-sabotaging habits. I know, it's a lot. I do a lot of other things, but that's just to say the least. You can throw in a little humor. What is it that you do? And I always like to make people laugh. If you want to throw in a little joke or a little like ha ha ha, everybody loves a little ha ha ha. You know what I'm saying? Everyone loves a ha ha ha, moment. And that kind of like breaks the ice of that whole formal greeting thing. It makes it feel more personal and not just business. Oh, you do this, you do that. Like, okay, enough of the accolades. And then you listen to them. Now it's their turn to speak, and you make eye contact and you shake your head like, oh, that is great, that is amazing. You give compliments to the person that you're speaking to, because a confident person gives out compliments freely because they know who they are. So it's nothing for a confident person to give a compliment to someone else. So when that person is speaking, that is amazing. You're giving them life. You're speaking life into them. You're complimenting them. That's amazing, because you don't know what somebody may be going through that day. You telling them that what they're doing is amazing, because not everybody gets the applause. People are moving and doing so much, and they rarely get an applause. You just never know, right? And you'll be that person that they meet for the first time that, hey, that is amazing what you're doing. We should collaborate. We need to get together, and then that's forming some sort of relationship wherever you want that to go. Or like you see it, you see how that interest just flows. And say for instance it's somebody that you're not interested in, but it's nice to meet you. That is amazing what you're doing. You can end it right there, but it ends with love, and it ends with peace, and it ends with, I like what you're doing. It ends with a compliment. It was very nice to meet you. I hope you have a great day. Simple as that. And if it's a man that is interested in you, but you're really not interested in him, you don't have to be rude. People are people. People have enough things going on in their lives. And remember, allow the rejection to be like not so hurtful, because men approach us all the time and they get rejected all the time because not everybody wants them, right? And they get, men who approach women, they have a probably 80% success rate when it comes to actually getting the girl or being rejected. So allow the rejection to phase, or allow the rejection not to hurt as much. So nice to meet you. I hope you have a great day. And if he said, you know, that's not what I came here for. Being soft and being gentle and being the woman God has called you to be, like being just in your soft girl energy. That's what it is for me, being gentle, not being all hostile or in that masculine energy. So when you think about your personal pitch, I want you to think about, what do you want people to know about you when you walk into that room? So I use that example of the book I wrote, but that's in more like a business atmosphere or a formal atmosphere where people maybe are there for networking purposes. But say for instance, you're out and you met a woman for the first time. You can switch it up and not make it so formal. If she asks, what do? You can say, you know, I'm a content creator. I do a lot of other things, but I just have a passion. You can talk about your passion because this is a friendship that you hope to gain, right? So you wanted to make it more personal so that person can understand who you are to the core, your moral. I just have a passion for women to become the best version of themselves because I wish I had that growing up. So I like to speak life over women's life. So that's what most of my content is based off of. That's me giving my pitch after smiling and greeting myself. And I'm always going to say my first and last name, or my first and middle name. I'm going to always use that, not just on a first name basis, because I want my name to stick. I want you to remember, because my name is a common name. Vanessa, come on. How many Vanessas does anyone know? Like at least 2. And I want my name to stick out. I want you to remember this Vanessa. Hi, my name is Vanessa Elaine. You're going to remember that, and it rolls off the tongue perfectly. So you can say your last name, your first and last name. Make sure you say your first and last name. And do not give yourself a nickname. People deserve to know the name that your parents gave you. Okay? I know it may be hard to pronounce, but they're going to remember. Yes, you had a hard name to pronounce, but it's this. If they're going to be in your life, they're going to have to know that name, honey. Okay? No shortcuts. That's a part of your identity, your name. So why would you give yourself a middle name? Unless it's your actual middle name on your birth certificate. And make sure you give that person your undivided attention. That makes the person feel like you care. So that is how you're going to show up in rooms even better. So remember, in your personal pitch, I want you to either speak about what you do for a living and attach it to a passion, attach it to purpose, because that is how you're going to move in the room. Nobody really cares about what you do, to be honest. And 9 out of 10, if they're asking what you do, they're trying to figure out how much money does this person make, or what field of work is this person in. But if you attach passion and purpose, they're going to remember, and they're going to quickly identify what kind of person you are. And that is what is most important. You're making it clear to the person that you're speaking to who you are and what you stand for immediately on the first interaction. And that's why it's so important for you to have this pitch down pat, because you're going to begin to show up more confidently in rooms. Because once you learn what you're passionate about and what your purpose is tied to, because your business is tied to your purpose. Not in most cases, but there's a purpose for your business. Because God may have a different purpose for you, right? Maybe your purpose right now in this season is to go do charity work at the local women's center, but your business is being a hairstylist, right? And you're like, well, what's the purpose behind that? The purpose is behind that is that you make women feel beautiful when they leave your chair. You can minister to women in your chair. You can uplift them from where they are, because you know, in the beauty salon, we get vulnerable there. That's a place where a woman can just let her hair down, literally, and come in the worst. And that's a place where a woman can go in looking not her best and leave out looking chef's kiss, looking her best. Okay? So that is attached to purpose. That is purposeful. You're putting a smile on someone else's face. You're making someone else feel whole. You're making someone else feel beautiful. That is a great job to have. And it's different from saying this. Let me give an example. If I was a hairstylist and I didn't really have a personal pitch, and I don't really have confidence in myself, and I'm kind of nervous when I meet people, and I show up in rooms like this. Hi, my name is Vanessa. My name is Vanessa. Yeah, I'm a hairstylist. Yeah, I do hair for women. You know, yeah, it's hard. Yeah, yeah. It was nice to meet you too. Yeah, thank you. And I'm rushing the conversation. I didn't even ask them, what do you do? And I didn't even engage in the conversation. I didn't even make eye contact. My eyes everywhere. Did that sound confident? So now let me reverse it. Hi, my name is Vanessa Elaine. I'm a hairstylist. I own my own salon. And I just love making women feel so beautiful. You know, that's just one of the passions of mine. What is it that you do? Oh my God, that is amazing. Oh my goodness. You need to sit in my chair one day. I would love to do your hair. I would love to do your hair. Yeah, take my Instagram down. Matter of fact, take my number. Take my number. You have to get in my chair. Yeah, we need to do something. Oh my God, it was so nice to meet you. Oh my gosh, it was a pleasure. We have to keep in touch. Bye, have a great day. Do you see that? Do you see the energy? That just made you excited. That just made you feel like, oh my gosh, yeah, we need to collab for real. You thought you were on the other end. Do you see the difference? Do you see my posture? Like, yeah, inviting. I leaned in to the person, but I still kept my posture. I wasn't slouching over. I wasn't talking low, but I spoke with authority. I spoke like I know myself. I spoke more confidently than the last time. And that's how I want you to show up in the room. So as much as you need to record yourself saying this personal pitch, practicing in the mirror, speaking, even doing maybe mock trials with either your friends or people in your home. You can even practice this with your children as well. This is your time to become the best version of yourself and show up more confidently in rooms. So let's say it again. I am going to show up more confidently in rooms because I deserve to be in the room. There's a place for me in the room. I am valued in the room. In every room that I walk into, I am valued because I know who I am. And who I am is Vanessa Elaine, a purpose pusher, a woman who values other women, a woman who cares for other women to reach their final destination, which is their breakthrough.